Hello everyone and welcome back to Haruki Murakami Art. Today I'm back with another review for you guys and I hope you will enjoy it. We are going to talk about Dance, Dance, Dance. Dance, Dance, Dance is the sixth novel of Haruki Murakami and has been released in 1988 in Japan. The English translation has been published in 1994. Some of you guys already know the Red Trilogy, which consists of Hear the Wind Sing, Pinball 1973, and A Wild Sheep Chase. And Dance, Dance, Dance is a continuation of the story. While officially it is a sequel to the Red Trilogy, it is still a book that stands for itself. Before I will inform you about the plot, I can tell you that the book itself can also be read by itself because it is simply a standalone and more of a spin-off rather than a sequel. So if you haven't read A Wild Sheep Chase and if you don't know much about the Red Trilogy, I can still recommend to read this one. Of course you will understand a bit more and it will be a little bit more deeper for you to read some of the plots that are being mentioned in this book. If you are planning to read it anyway, and if this video just attracts you somehow, feel free to read it anyway. It is not necessary to know the predecessor. If you want to know more about it, you can still read a little bit of the summaries, but most of the plot points and characters are standing for themselves. First, before we go a little bit deeper, let's talk about the plot of Dance, Dance, Dance. The story of Dance, Dance, Dance is set in 1983 and we have a nameless narrator who remembers the time he spent in Hokkaido in the Hotel Dolphin. He can't stop thinking about the Hotel Dolphin, which he has spent some time with his lost love Kiki, and he has to urge to return to Hokkaido to visit the hotel. And the Hotel Dolphin was a little bit of a shabby hotel back when he was first there, and now it has been refurbished, it has a total different look, and it looks absolutely beautiful and is not comparable to the hotel he used to visit before. There he meets a receptionist he is kinda attracted to and does not fall in love with her immediately, but feels a small attraction, as I have mentioned to you. On top of this plot point, our receptionist tells the main character that she had a mysterious happening in the hotel when she has reached a hidden floor. And of course, our narrator gets way into this hidden floor and makes contact with a character that you already know from A Wild Sheep Chase. I won't spoil this. Another day he visits the cinema and watches a movie with his old childhood friend Gotanda, who is a famous actor right now. And in one scene he spots Kiki, his lost love. So this urges him to watch this film several times in cinema, of course, because he is bored and because he can't keep his eye off her. And as the story evolves, he makes contact with a young girl who is there at the hotel and is being left alone by her mother. Young girl Yuki, who spends most of her time alone, is being forgotten by her mother who has left the hotel earlier, and therefore the receptionist asks our character if he is willing to accompany her on a flight back. And of course, such a flight back bonds and they two become friends. And once he arrives back in Tokyo, one thing turns to another. He contacts his friend Gotanda, who is more than happy that he finally makes friend with another one who is not famous. And he is also being approached by Yuki's father, who is a famous writer. This is everything I'm telling you about the plot now because we have reached a point where I would spoil the story. So before we continue with my personal review, let's talk about the background of the book. So let's talk about the background of Dance, Dance, Dance. So Dance, Dance, Dance has been released in 1988 and was the first book after Norwegian Wood, which has been released in 1987 and was Murakami's major breakthrough. It also caused him to leave Japan because he couldn't handle the fame and he was also being mocked from some parts of the media because of the romantic story. So he kind of needed a relief and just some sort of sabbatical before he could go on with his work. And you can easily spot that in Dance, Dance, Dance. So this book is probably one of the most Murakamian books ever, because it has a plot and still it doesn't have a plot. So it's centering a lot around the daily life and what people are doing and what they're spending their time with. And this is something that is present in almost of Murakami's books, but here it is pushed to the boundaries. So our characters drive along, they talk about nonsense, they spend time cooking, and they spend time spotting people, and the story is evolving really, really slowly, and this happens on 400 to 500 pages. But what makes this book really, really interesting are the spotted themes that are hidden behind the curtains and that are some sort of criticism on his life right now. And we are talking about Murakami's life. Because as I have told you, he needed a relief from the fame he got through Norwegian Wood. And one important character that shows this theme is Haruki Murakami, the father of Yuki, who is the well-known author. So let's again repeat this name, Haruki Murakami. And you can see that this is an anagram of his own name, Haruki Murakami. And this author is everything Murakami doesn't want to become. He is famous, he plays golf all day, and our main character hates this life. And you can easily spot here that Murakami wants to avoid this life. He wants to avoid becoming a famous person who loses all of his creativity and is living like a regular rich person. This also reflects on Gotanda, our main character's actor friend who has lost all of his friends and spends a lonely life and is crying after his wife who doesn't want contact with him anymore. There are even more characters that are being criticized by Murakami, and this is why I call this his most meta-based work. Because under the curtain he brings up so many criticism on the media, and you can easily see that he is so bored of this media life that he needed this book as a relief. So this is going to push the boundaries of Murakami's narration style. He does everything that is boring people in his other books. So if you are not into Murakami, if you didn't like his other book describing the daily routine and the life the characters have, you will hate this book. And this is why I, as a Harukist, love the book. But before I will tell you my final review, let's go on with the vibe. If you are reading a book, you are continue to reading it because it provides you with a certain vibe. You feel something and you spot some sort of atmosphere while reading it. Just as an example, Kafka on the Shore, one of his most famous books, escapes us into a more dreamlike fantasy, while Norwegian Wood transports you into a snowy landscape with a little bit of sorrow, a small smile, and with the sadness hidden behind the humor it provides. We are all reading this book because they provide us a certain vibe. And I'll tell you why I finished this book in 3 days, because I had exactly this vibe. It was this 90s vibe I almost spot when I'm talking about the 80s in Japan. Let me show you an example. If you have been scrolling through the Instagram reels lately, you have spotted videos like this. Or maybe like this. They transport you somewhere else. It is this vibe we feel when we are reading something or when we are watching a video. And here Murakami pushed it, again as I told you, to the fullest. He mentioned several songs in just one sentence. I'm not sure how many songs have been mentioned in this book, and how many movies, and how many night rides we have. And we are talking about Japanese media and also music from the West. So here, this is a real fan fest of everything you would like to read. And by the way, if you use Instagram, I heard of a page that is a quite cool place for people like us. Just follow it. Now let's come to my final review. I really loved Dance, Dance, Dance. It has its flaws, definitely, but it is the ultimate Murakami book because, as I've told you, everything here is celebrated to the fullest. And this is exactly what I need when I'm reading Murakami. I need a little bit of hidden criticism. I need a little bit of dreamlike fantasies. I need some weird characters, and I need a story that transports me somewhere else. And this is what I got here in Dance, Dance, Dance. But let's also talk about some flaws. The story is a real slow burner, still in a quite short book. We have around 400 pages in the German translation. I think it's 400 in the English. But the story is a real slow burner. So not many things are happening here, and still it doesn't come to the point. The things that happen within this emptiness are really cool, and this is why I like the book. So if you would ask me for my personal rating, I will give you 4.5 of 5 sheeps. All right, everyone, that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed my review. Please let me know in the comments how you liked the video and how you like Dance, 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 or what your favorite Murakami book is. We will soon be back with a review on the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, and we need to talk about it a lot. So if you have liked this video, please feel free to leave a comment or a subscribe, because more Murakami stuff is coming soon. Until then, take good care of yourself and never stop reading. Bye.